I began my journey as an engineer, a chemical engineer, then started working for ARCO. But along that journey, I felt that there was a need to understand business. When I thought about graduate school here in Orange County, I had my sights set on the Merage School. Since I didn't have the business education background, I was really curious about who my fellow classmates were. Well, I ended up surprisingly finding out that many of them were engineers. They actually had working experience and knowledge and a perspective. Once I got my EMBA, it really transformed my life. I launched into becoming the global e-procurement manager for BP's worldwide transformation of their refining purchase-to-pay system. It was a wonderful 30-plus years in the oil industry that then allowed me to move into my own consulting business, which I did. But I longed to get back into the organizational aspect of running large teams. So along came Worley Parsons that asked me to become the director of their whole Western procurement operations from Alaska to Saudi Arabia. My pathway into the entertainment industry is a very interesting one. When I retired from BP, my wife and I had an opportunity. I said to her that, first of all, I'm not going to be on the golf course every day and be on the beach, and she also said I was going to be in her face. So I said, what we're going to be doing is getting in the film business. She said, the film business, what do you know about film? I said, I have a passion for it. So we ended up becoming a major equity owner in an independent studio in Hollywood. I came in as an executive producer on those projects, but again, it was part-time, it was a side gig. But my business built up large enough that I exited the Worley Parsons business and made it a full-time endeavor. And now I'm a PGA, Producer Guild of America producer, and I'm producing films all over the world. It's a supply chain of intellectual property that gets turned into a cinematic product at the end. They need people like me, business people, who bring that discipline into the equation so that you can make a viable, fundable product. Back in 2016, I received a mailer at my house that said we are having a day of graduate student celebration. And it was one of those flyers that made me think of, like, maybe I'll just put that on the coffee table. I don't have time to do it. But there was something in that morning when I woke up that said I needed to connect with my university. So I came over to the university, to the Newkirk Alumni Center, and it was transformative. I got so excited about hearing from the PhD, postdoc, and MFA students of what they're doing in their lives that I decided at that moment, at the end of the workshop, to approach the university and said, how can I get involved? So I went from zero engagement at the university to almost warp speed engagement. And eventually that led to them asking me to be the commencement speaker in 2019. So go make your mark on the world. Be a trailblazer, not a follower. Make a difference. Be true to yourself and passionate about what you do. Hold yourself as an example for others and live a life of compassion, integrity, and never-ending search for knowledge. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing event. Because it was so transformational, I felt that it was time for me to step up. And step up in the way of not only taking what the university's provided me, but for me to provide something back to the university. Now I've been fully engaged in so many different amazing initiatives here at this university.